There's something in your home right now that could be silently destroying your health, your finances, your relationships, and your peace of mind. And the scariest part is that you brought it in yourself, accepted it with a smile, thanked the person who gave it to you, and lovingly placed it in a special spot in your home. That object arrived disguised as love. It arrived wrapped in pretty paper, with an elegant ribbon and sweet words. But from the moment it crossed your threshold, it began working against you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, emitting frequencies that block your prosperity, sicken your body, and poison your closest relationships. And while you struggle, not understanding why nothing goes right, while you wonder what you did to deserve so much bad luck, that object is there, smiling from your shelf, hanging on your wall, decorating your nightstand, feeding on your vital energy. Today, I'm going to reveal the most dangerous gifts you should never accept under any circumstances. I'm going to show you exactly how to detect if something in your home is charged with dark energy. And at the end of this video, you're going to learn the exact ritual to neutralize and eliminate these objects before the damage becomes irreversible. But I need you to stay with me until the end, because there's a type of gift that's present in over 80% of homes that seems completely innocent, that no one would ever suspect, and that is the most powerful portal for attracting misfortune into your life. If you leave before that part, you could miss the information that could literally save you and your family. Before we continue, I need you to do something important right now. Go to the comments and write, "I reject any gift that comes to destroy my life." When you write those words, you're making a declaration of protection. You are closing energetic doors that others have tried to open. Do it now. I'll be waiting for you. And if you're not yet subscribed to the True Self Espanol channel, now's the time to do it. Here we share knowledge that protects, heals, and transforms. Like this video, because this information needs to reach more people. Share it with someone you love, because you could be saving them from something they don't even know is affecting them. Now get ready, because what you're about to discover will completely change how you see the gifts you receive. Allow me to explain something that our grandmothers knew perfectly well, but that most people have forgotten in the modern world. Objects are not simply inert matter. Objects can be programmed, imbued with specific intentions, and turned into permanent transmitters of energy, whether positive or devastatingly negative. In virtually every spiritual tradition in the world, from Jewish Kabbalistic teachings to ancestral African practices, from Eastern Feng Shui to American shamanic traditions, there is a common understanding. Physical objects can carry and transmit spiritual energy. And here's the problem. When someone knowledgeable in these practices decides to attack you, the most effective method isn't sending curses from afar, nor is it performing complicated rituals remotely. The most effective method is to introduce a charged object directly into your living space. Why? Because that object functions as a permanent antenna. It never rests. It's there when you sleep, when you eat, when you work, when you relax. It is constantly emitting the frequency it was programmed with, and until you identify and remove it, the damage keeps accumulating, penetrating deeper and affecting your entire family. The most insidious thing of all is that the victim has no idea. They accept the gift with gratitude and innocence, thinking it's a nice gesture. He places it in his living room, in his bedroom, near where he sleeps. And from that moment on, the silent destruction begins. Those who practice these dark arts know it perfectly well, which is why they prefer this method. You yourself voluntarily bring the object into your home. You yourself welcome it. You yourself place it in the spot where you spend the most time. Now, before you think this is just theory or superstition, let me tell you a true story that illustrates exactly what can happen. I met a woman named Lucia about 3 years ago. She was 47 years old and lived in a city in Colombia with her husband and 2 teenage children. Lucia was a hard-working, cheerful woman with a small pastry business she had built through years of effort. Everything in her life was going reasonably well until something inexplicably changed. It all started after a family gathering. A distant cousin whom Lucia hadn't seen in years showed up for a visit. She seemed nice and friendly, and she brought gifts for everyone. She gave Lucia a beautiful decorative mirror with a gold frame. "So you'll always look beautiful," he said with a smile. Lucia thanked him for the gesture and hung the mirror in her room right in front of her bed. In the first few weeks, Lucia began to notice that she wasn't sleeping well. She had strange nightmares. She would wake up exhausted, as if she hadn't rested at all. She thought it was work stress. A month later, the fights with her husband intensified. They argued about anything, about trivialities they had previously ignored. The tension in the house was palpable. The children took refuge in their rooms to escape the heavy atmosphere. After 2 months, Lucia's business began to decline. Loyal customers stopped showing up without explanation. Orders were cancelled at the last minute. An important oven broke down, and the repair cost a fortune. 3 months later, Lucia fell ill. Constant headaches, chronic fatigue, and a heavy feeling in her chest that made it hard to breathe. The doctors couldn't find anything physically wrong, but she felt worse every day. Her husband started coming home late. Lucia suspected the worst. One of her children began having problems at school. The other one became rebellious and distant. In less than 6 months, Lucia's life had completely fallen apart. One day, crying in despair, Lucia visited an elderly woman in her community known for her spiritual wisdom. She told her everything that was happening, leaving out no details. The woman listened in silence and then asked a simple question. When did all of this start exactly? What changed in your house right before the problem started? Lucia thought for a long moment and then remembered the mirror, her cousin's visit, and the gift she had hung in front of her bed. The woman asked her to describe the mirror in detail. When Lucia finished, the woman closed her eyes and sighed deeply. "Daughter," she said in a grave voice, "that mirror was prepared. What you see as a beautiful gift is an object laden with dark intent, placed in the worst possible spot, right in front of where you sleep, where you're most vulnerable." Lucia couldn't believe it. Her cousin would do something like that. Why? The woman explained to her that we don't always know the envy we arouse in others, and that sometimes the people closest to us can cause us the most harm precisely because they know our lives, know what to envy us for, and know how to approach us without raising suspicion. That same afternoon, Lucia did exactly what the woman had instructed her to do. She removed the mirror following a specific ritual that I'll teach you later in this video. The results were astonishing. Within a week, the nightmares stopped. Lucia began sleeping soundly again. After 2 weeks, the fights with her husband decreased dramatically. They started communicating with each other like before. A month later, new customers began to appear at their business. Orders that had seemed impossible came through. After 3 months, his health had fully recovered. The family had healed. Their marriage was stronger than ever. When Lucia told me this story, her eyes were shining with tears. "I can't believe that a simple object almost destroyed everything I had built," she told me. "And the worst part is that I brought it into my house myself. I hung it with my own hands. I slept in front of him for months without suspecting a thing." This story is not unique. I've seen dozens of similar cases, which is why it's so important that you know exactly what kinds of gifts can be dangerous. Now I'm going to reveal the types of gifts you should never accept without carefully examining them. Pay close attention, because any of these could be in your house right now. Dangerous gift. Number 1, mirrors of any kind. Mirrors are considered as such in virtually every esoteric tradition in the world. They can capture and reflect not only your physical image, but also your energy, your vital essence. A mirror prepared with negative intentions can function in several devastating ways. It can constantly reflect your own distorted energy back at you, creating cycles of self-sabotage that you can't break. It can act as a window through which the person who prepared it can energetically observe your life. It can attract low-vibration entities into your space. If someone gives you a mirror as a gift, especially if you don't have a deep, trusting relationship with that person, politely decline it. If you already have one that was given to you at home, examine it carefully using the signs I'll give you later. Dangerous gift. Number 2, statuettes or decorative figurines. Figures, especially those depicting human or animal forms, are extremely dangerous because they can be imbued with specific entities. Human figures can function as representations of yourself, like dolls that allow whoever prepared them to influence your life from a distance. Every time you look at that figure, every time you pass near it, the energetic connection is activated and strengthened. Animal figurines depend on the animal they represent. Some can attract protective energies, but others, especially owls, snakes, or animals with aggressive expressions, can carry very negative influences. If someone gives you a statuette of unknown origin with a strange appearance, or that causes you any visceral discomfort, don't accept it. Dangerous gift number 3, used jewelry or personal accessories. Jewelry deeply absorbs the energy of the wearer. After years of contact with the skin, they become imbued with the entire energetic history of their previous owner. If you receive jewelry from someone whose life was marked by tragedies, illnesses, financial failures, or suffering, by wearing it, you are literally wearing that energy on your own body. And if the piece of jewelry was intentionally prepared with negative rituals, the damage can be devastating because it's in direct contact with your skin and your auric field, constantly absorbing and contaminating your vital energy. Only accept jewelry from people you trust completely and whose life you would want to emulate. A dangerous gift. Number 4, dried plants or dead flowers. Dried plants represent life that has ended. They are stagnant energy, death disguised as decoration. In dark magic practices, dried flowers are frequently used as containers for curses because the dead plant acts as the perfect vessel for energies of decay, decline, and ending. If someone gives you dried flower arrangements, especially if they're in dark colors like black, deep purple, or blood red, or if they come in a circular shape like wreaths, firmly reject them. A dangerous gift. Number 5, pillows, sheets, or any textiles for your bed. Listen to this very carefully because this is one of the most dangerous and least suspected. Your bed is your most intimate sanctuary. It's where you spend a third of your life in a state of complete vulnerability. When you sleep, your energetic defenses are completely down. You are open, receptive, defenseless. A negatively charged object in your bed can affect your dreams, cause constant nightmares, and drain your vital energy all night long while you can't do a thing to defend yourself. I've known cases of people who began suffering from chronic insomnia, sleep paralysis, night terrors, and inexplicable depression, all after accepting gifted textiles for their bed. And everything stopped when they removed those items. Never allow textiles of dubious origin into your resting space. Dangerous gift number 6, candles, especially those in dark colors. Candles are the quintessential ritual tools. They are used both for light work and for deep dark work. A candle can be prepared with cursed oils, with herbs of ill omen, and with intentions programmed directly into the wax. And when you light that candle in your home, you're activating everything that was put into it. You're releasing and dispersing that energy into every corner of your home. If someone gives you candles and you feel any discomfort, if they have an unpleasant or strange smell, or if they're very dark colors like black or brown, don't light them under any circumstances. Dangerous gift. Number 7, paintings or pictures. Images have tremendous power over your mind and your energy field. A painting is something you're going to see every day, multiple times a day. Every time you look at it, you're receiving the frequency it carries. If that image was charged with negativity, if it represents suffering, death, despair, anguished faces, or disturbing scenes, you're literally wallpapering your home with that dark frequency. I've seen entire families fall into collective depression after hanging a gifted painting that carried the energy of deep sadness. Trust your gut. If a painting makes you uncomfortable, if it makes you feel heavy, sad, or anxious for no apparent reason, don't hang it in your home. A dangerous gift. Number 8, perfumes or personal care products. This is subtle, but extremely effective for those who want to harm you. A perfume prepared with negative intentions. It stays with you all day. It's on your skin, your clothes, your aura, constantly enveloping you at the frequency it was programmed. If someone gives you a perfume and after using it, you notice that things start going wrong, that people react differently to you, and that it attracts negative situations, stop using it immediately. A dangerous gift. Number 9, dolls or toys, especially for children. This is critical if you have young children. Children are extremely sensitive to energy and can be affected much more severely than adults. A doll can be used as a vessel for dark entities. It can carry the disturbed energy of whoever prepared it. It can become a direct channel of influence over your child. If your children start having terrible nightmares, exhibiting strange behavior, or experiencing inexplicable fear after receiving a toy as a gift, examine that toy immediately. Dangerous gift number 10, the most common and least suspected. And now we come to the most dangerous gift of all, precisely because no one would ever suspect it. food or drink prepared specifically for you. In the oldest and most effective witchcraft practices, food is the favorite vehicle for introducing substances, intentions, and energies directly into the victim's body. When you eat something prepared by someone with bad intentions, you are literally ingesting that energy. It goes directly into your system, your cells, your blood.